Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. It's the Ed August Astrology and Tarot Show. And hello everybody out there. It's Ed August again from the Phoenix area. And this is the first chance I've had to comment on the Super Bowl game, which just went down on Sunday. And you know what I did? I thought it was probably a good idea. I took a look at where the planets were on that day. And you know, I've been saying for 2 weeks, I've been saying that Venus is chasing Mars, and it could not overtake Mars in Pisces. And finally, they both went into Aries. So that was what the main energy was of the Super Bowl, is Venus conjunction Mars in Aries. What is Aries all about? It's work, it's drive, it's masculine energy. It's like just pouring out all this masculine energy on the field. And that's, of course, what happened during the Super Bowl. Now, I happened to be looking at the natal chart of a guy named Tom Brady, the quarterback of the New England Patriots, and I noticed that his moon is in the 6th house of work and service and health, in 6 degrees of Aries. So what was literally happening during the game is that both Mars and Venus were coming up to his moon. And, well, let me see. Transit Mars conjunct natal moon. I'm at Astromatrix site, and it has a picture of a little girl holding 3 dolls in her hands. She has a suspicious look on her face. She says, if you think you're going to get one of my dolls, you've got another thing coming. So now this is very... it can be very emotional. It can be very aggressive to have Mars coming up over the moon. But there were also other things going on. Transiting Mars conjunct natal moon, which is more having to do with the pleasure principle. It's in the 6th house. You're driven to work. There's a lot to do. You're completely focused on getting every little thing done. You tackle the basics first, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, it's both of these are aspects of success. Transit Mars conjunct moon. Let me see. This is not Astromatrix. This is another site. Let me see if I can read this. It's tiny little print. You feel the need to defend yourself. You may be unsure of why you are reacting so vehemently. Actions taken now may be in response to an anger that's been building up from the past, or something that happens may remind you of some past difficulty or failure. Be cautious when initiating new projects. Your decisions may be based on how you feel than objective and rational thinking. Yeah, that's right. It's the instinctive energy comes up from Mars going over the moon. And as if this wasn't enough to show that Tom Brady would probably throw, complete, 26 of 41 or something. And the most smashing, fantastic comeback in Super Bowl history. Another thing that was going on that day is transiting Jupiter was within a couple of degrees of his natal Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of success. It's a planet of opportunities. You're entering a new stage of growth and expansion in your career when opportunities will be abundant. This is at the top of a 12-year cycle. Imagine that, the top of a 12-year cycle. I guess that means it's downhill from here. This is a great time to initiate new projects that allow you to reach further. I guess maybe that could be to pass further, or achieve a new level of professional growth, and your optimism will be boundless. Isn't it right? Optimism will be boundless to come back from a 28-3 deficit in basically the 4th quarter. Well, I'm thrilled that game worked out good. I feel sorry for my friends down in the other area, though. And right now, let me see. Let me take a look and see where the planets are as of today. Today, the sun continues in Aquarius. The moon has gone into Cancer. Mercury is in Aquarius also, although nowhere near the sun. Venus and Mars are in 3 and 7 degrees of Aries, respectively. And the funny thing is that the moon right now is in a conflicted aspect for at least the next hour or two with Mars and with Venus. So at least with Mars. So if you sense some frustration, some anger, or some issues just in the next few hours, that's because the moon is in a water sign, making you all emotional, but the planet of the energy and the planet of the love, Mars and Venus, are both in a fire sign. Moon in a water sign, Venus and Mars in a fire sign. You know what that causes? That causes steam. It causes steam to go up. So with that, you know what I'd like to do is move immediately to my caller so that you don't have to wait on here for too long. I hope everything works. I really have had some problems with my system and the Blog Talk Radio. I get like one phone call in and then it all goes away. But hopefully that's not going to happen now. And I'm going to click on the first one who's been on the longest, and that is area code 561. Hello.
Hello.
Can I have your
Hi, thank you.
Can I have your name and where you're calling from?
Thank you from sunny Florida. It's a beautiful day out here, but I'd rather be at work right now. Do you see a job coming?
Yes, I would love to look at that for you, again, with the cards. And, you know, if you do want the astrology, then contact me privately on my website, www.edaugust.com. It's just not enough time to get into the astrology aspect with all my callers. And, my dear, can I have your first name? Just, again, I don't know why I'm having problems with Stacy.
Oh,
hey, Stacy.
Yeah, because Yeah, but they said Friday's a lunar eclipse. Is that true?
Oh, well, you know, let me see here. I've got to take a look here and see. The Friday is a lunar eclipse. For that to happen, we would need to have an opposition. No, I don't. I don't see it. The moon right now is in 6 degrees of Cancer. The only way that you can have an eclipse of this is if you're either in a new moon or a full moon, and that's going to happen in about 3 days. Wait. Let me see now. Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it's possible, but I can't bring that up right now in front of me. I cannot bring up that screen that tells me about eclipses and things of that nature.
And when's Mercury retrograde starting? When's Mercury retrograde?
It's not going to be for a while because it just came out of retrograde.
Oh, that's good.
Retrograde.
It just feels like it always feels like it's a retrograde because every time, you know, I get 2 steps forward, it seems 2 steps back. I heard like from somebody I haven't heard from for a long time that I worked for, and you know, I guess the assignment wasn't, you know, I want a long assignment. Instead, it was only like 1 day. So I was just wondering when exactly. And, you know, the gal told me that I was working for to come in Monday. And, you know, she should have told me because I won't really take something if it's less than a week.
Oh, sure. Why go to the bother? Yeah, exactly. Of learning their system or whatever and just be there for a day or two. So, well, you've got some good people working for you, I hope. I hope that you have picked the right person to represent you and to, you know, go out there and the go-between. You know, you have some kind of go-between that brings you these jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. You know, I think really what I should do sometime is if you write me at Ed August's pardon me. How about Ed at, that's the at sign, edaugusts.com. Ed at edaugusts.com.
Ed August with a T or an S at the end?
You know, my friend, my partner just came in there. She said, yes, there's a lunar eclipse on Friday. Yeah, so she was able to look that up before I was. But the email address is Ed, and the at is the ampersand or the at sign. Ed at edaugusts.com, and that'll give me an email right in my Gmail box, and then ask me, you know, whatever question you have, and we'll see what we can do. Now, meanwhile, you're still looking for this job, and I recognize your voice. I know you've called at least once before.
You said that. You said this guy. You said this guy. One guy was going to help me, and he sent me out on something. And of course, I still see the ad, so I guess they didn't hire anybody, and he should have been up front. Because why would you have me go there? You know. And I just felt like I told him, well, submit my stuff to the other office because he said, well, we could still get you in there, and I said, well, it's a done deal. I'm not waiting. Because how could you wait 2 weeks and they're giving you the runaround? And I'm saying, what did I do? You know, why tell me to go on an interview and tell me that there's a second one and that didn't exist? And he said he's not the one he's not dishonest. Do you see this guy being dishonest?
Oh, that's terrible, because now, you know, now you pushed him a little bit there, didn't you? By him having to make an apology, to defend himself and say, I'm not dishonest. So you know what I would do? I would go and look for a different,
well, no, he said that because I said if you were looking for somebody and didn't get back and told me they wanted to interview me, why would it be advertised again? You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. And then he said, well, I'm not dishonest. He goes, you could still maybe interview with them, but they're doing something internally. I said, well, I'd really, rather
internally?
something. Yeah, that's what he said. I said, well, I'd rather go somewhere else. That place is probably a done deal because, I went there, did well in the interview. No. They supposedly said they liked me.
Well, that's good. So they liked you. You went on the interview. I guess you just have to, at this point, just wait and see what the follow-up is. But I'm a little skeptical now of whether you're going to be able to use this guy as to go between and has to defend himself, and and you're not happy with it and everything. I just feel you probably should look around for another person to.
I am, but I told him that I would be interested if he sent me, on different interviews elsewhere. But I said I'm not blaming him. I said the client. I said if the client chose somebody else, I'd rather him or whatever say, well, they selected somebody else rather than keep me waiting. Like if someone else doesn't work out, I'd rather be told the truth. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Well, look at you've got yourself into an emotional knot. This must be you. And I sense that whether we look at cards or look at astrology or whatever, that you've got to kind of like find, and try to calm a little bit and just kind of.
Well, he was the one that wasn't calm. He was like, basically, could you come here now, today? Could you interview here this time? It's like they want me to make my schedule around them. You know what I'm saying? He would call me up and leave a message at 4 and say, why can't you pick up your phone now? Wow. That kind of thing. He sounded...
Years ago, when I was working through employment agencies, on very average jobs, yes, that is their tendency to do that. They're kind of autocratic. They feel that they're doing you a big favor, calling you to go on a job rather than somebody else. I don't know how to counter that, Stacy. I don't know how you can work around that. You might try working with a woman. Maybe that would work out a little better. Here, I shuffled the cards about 4 times. Stacy in Palm Beach area.
Yeah, wants to see the next gig. When the next gig will be coming.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
sure.
how I guess.
Where do I want to? Where should I cut these cards? A third of the way, half the way? The middle,
halfway.
Just popped open right there. Woo! The Ace of Pentacles, money. I see you making money. The second card is the Seven of Pentacles. That also has to do with earning money and just wait. But it's a farmer. He's working on it. It's taking a bit of time. The results are not. You can't just pick them right off the tree yet or right off the bush. There's still some waiting involved. Why? The Emperor is the third card. The Emperor. It all has to do with the person that you're interviewing, and whether they're going to go, for you or not. I'm going to pick a fourth card, and that is the Eight of Wands, which means movement and travel. Why don't you look about 5 miles to 10 miles in a different direction, closer to Miami or Fort Lauderdale or something like that? I just think that maybe it's, unless you're right in the middle of the city there, and you want to work right in your immediate neighborhood.
No. Yeah, I want to go like around Boca, West Palm Beach, around that area.
You have to get
especially
past
they
this
don't
Emperor.
pay that much.
Yeah.
What does the Emperor mean?
The Emperor is an autocratic male authority figure. He could be a potential employer, or he could be any man who's in a position to help you or hurt you. And it's just that the Emperor is kind of, he's tough. He's got a look on his face of sternness, like he's going to look at your resume. He's going to look at everything. So I see the next card, the Eight of Wands, shows movement and travel to someone else, and that is the Queen of Cups. Now, I'm just going to say that that's probably what I see happening, is that if this doesn't come true for you within the next week, if you don't get a call back, if you don't get a reappointment, or if they don't hire you, then the cards are suggesting that you go and visit and enroll, with another agent, with another employment counselor or service. And that would be it looks like a blonde woman to me. And then you could be
that's the one that just sent me. Yeah, that's the blonde woman I just sent me out on Friday and Monday for that.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's the blonde woman.
Okay. Well, then you know what? Then I think you have to return to her and see what else she's got. What else the heck does she have for you?
I did. And, I just emailed her. her.
Okay.
But
okay, the blonde woman looks like she'll be helpful.
Yeah,
yes.
I've worked with her years ago and found her again, and she found me this, and she knows me. I'm a good worker. I've been with her since 2004. But what I'm saying is,
yeah.
But did this guy lie and say he had a job? Was it him? Who was wrong, him or the client?
Oh, I see. Well, it's, as I say, it's the Emperor, and the Emperor is a male. But as far as whether it's him or the client, let's see. Let me take a look here. It's okay. The Fool. Maybe someone did not see your full potential. There was some kind of disappointment. It's Five of Cups. The cups are turned over. I know I'm in a terrible rush here, so I can't really dig in and give you a complete reading right now. As a matter of fact, I can't even tell you if it was him or the client. I'm not sure, But just keep working hard. Temperance shows that you... Yes.
Yeah, because when he called me up, he told me how much they liked me and they wanted to schedule another interview. And then he told me that the manager was sick and, all that stuff. And I said,
and you
she
called
was
him back
sick.
and reminded him?
You
called him back and reminded him of those? Yeah.
No, I told them that they told me it was the owner interviewing me. So I got conflicting stories. So I don't know. What I think is probably they hired somebody else, and he should have been honest outright and tell me.
I don't want to get into the middle of it. You've got a frustrating situation. That is why I'm telling you, go and let the blonde woman who's helping the past work. Yes,
she's going to help.
I see that you're going to go there instead. She's the ultimate card here. She's the ultimate card. So, just go with her, and for gosh sakes, I think you need to try. I know you want a job really bad, but could you try to relax a little bit? Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Because you've worn me out. You're wearing me out here with this. So I'm so sorry that I can't help you more. And with that, I'm going to go to my next caller. I'll never get through everybody.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Okay. And that takes us to the 856. Hello, 856. Is that a New Jersey number?
They told me to go to 38. Once I forget it. 38. No.
Hello. Hi, 856. I'm going to put you on hold a second because time is precious. So I'm going to go to the 219. Hi, 219. How are you today?
Hello. Hi. I'm okay.
Hi. Good. Thanks. What's your first name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. And where are you calling from?
Indiana.
Indiana. Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
So
I
let
was
me
born
see.
there.
What kind of... It's psychic. There must be something psychic going on. And how can I help you today? I'm so sorry I got stranded on that last phone call. I could not get out of that phone call. Poor
she
thing,
should just let it go. I know, just let it go.
She should let it go and let God, as they say, right? So, so what can I do for you? What's the question that you have, so I can dig into these cards for you?
Yes, my question is that I want to continue going to school. I had stopped because the school I was at, they denied my appeal. So That's been a year now. And I don't know if I should continue on the path of doing the psychology to be a therapist, or should I just go into another area? Because I was thinking about baking and pastries, or staying with the counseling.
Wow, maybe you could learn some more astrology. Do you know that there's so many psychiatrists and psychologists that have turned to astrology because it's kind of a better kind of a worldview, you know? It kind of works easier than talk therapy and all that. But anyway, as I listen to your voice, I am impressed with how deep your thinking is on these subjects. You have a very strong Jupiter-Saturn combination somewhere in your chart. And I wouldn't give up the school narrative that you're talking about, although I don't have time to really get into what happened, that you lost an appeal, having to do with something in the past. Yeah, so let me just shuffle them just one more time. And where would you like me to cut these cards? Near the top, the middle?
The middle.
Near the bottom? The middle is fine. Okay. Holding off competition, holding off other people. It's the Seven of Wands. I see your frustration. It's almost like you get the feeling they don't want you or something, you know? Things have been snagged. Things have been in an uproar. And you're about to make a connection that will work much better than what you have been doing. It's the Three of Cups. It's a card of celebration. It's like the three, are they graces or muses, from ancient Greece, who are dancing and they're holding aloft these golden cups. So there's something coming up that's going to be a celebration for you. You're going to get, approved. You're going to get the classes that you want. Or if you do make a career change, you will have something that you can do, which you can have an immediate income. That's the Seven of Pentacles. Shows, of course, a farmer leaning on his hoe or rake or whatever, looking at his plants growing. There's great big dollar signs, there. I think you feel neglected, or as though some kind of authority in your life has come down pretty heavily on you. And I don't know why you've experienced this, I don't want to call it prejudice, but, somebody out there just did not like you. So I see the Eight of Wands, and even though your voice tells me that you'd be really good in a psychiatric field, there's going to be travel to perhaps a different school, and you'll be starting something afresh because it's the Page of Wands. Can you respond to that? Can you react to that? If any of that makes sense to you?
Yes, it does. A different school, or
yes.
Yeah, there's the two different schools I'm thinking about. I'm not sure which one to go to.
Okay. Well, the one where you can make money the fastest. How's that sound? Something where you can, I don't know. Well, interning is no good because you just do it gratis, right? Gee, I don't know.
Right.
It looks like you're going to be going to school and also working at the same time. Maybe that would be that other career path, That's something that you can do while you're... Oh, man, that's going to slow you down, though.
The baking and the pastries. The baking and pastries.
Yeah. You're going to be the best educated baker in the county, You are. Well, send me a line, ed@edaugust.com, if you want some astrology done. And I'm so sorry, I've got to move on to my next call.
That's okay.
Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that takes us to the 856. Hello, 856.
Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Can you hear me?
It's
Good time?
Yes, I sure can. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. And can I have your first name and where you're calling from?
I'm sorry about connection last time. Yeah. My name's Gabriella. I'm calling from Cambodia, but I live in New Jersey.
You're calling from New Jersey. Okay. Is it in the Camden area? Somewhere over there?
No, I'm calling from Cambodia. I'm calling from Cambodia, but I'm in New Jersey.
Wow. Okay, I hope you can hear me. What I'm getting from your voice is kind of like a off and on, kind of it's like a staccato machine gun kind of thing. So I think the best is if you tell me what is your situation or your problem, and let me do the cards for you.
This guy here, it was a very brief encounter, and he's stationed here in the military. I feel like really connected to him, and I want to try, but I know he's a workaholic, so I'm not sure how that's going to turn out for me. But I just have very bad luck with love.
Who is the workaholic, you or him?
Him. His name's Tyler Bull.
Okay, Tyler. Well, we're going to look into you and Tyler and see what's happening there in New Jersey. And I'm shuffling the cards. And where would you like me to cut these cards? Near the top, third of the way down, half the way down?
You can choose.
Near the bottom.
You can choose it. We're both in Cambodia right now. I go home tomorrow.
Uh-huh. No, but where would you like me to cut the cards? Hello?
I guess in the middle. The middle.
Okay. Do you have another call coming in? I can hear this funny buzz there. All righty.
I'm sorry.
Let's see. Okay. Very interesting. The relationship that we're talking about involves some changes. It's not settled yet. It's not settled because it's the Eight of Wands. It shows travel, and it reminds me of a person who is a new lover who came into town and then he's going out of town again months later or whatever. So I have also the feeling that he's a playful sort in relationship to you. The Page of Wands basically wants a good time. And I just don't know how serious he is because the third card is the Devil, and the Devil is in the details. The relationship has details. The relationship has some risks attached. I don't see a card of stability because the Eight of Wands shows movement and travel, and the Page of Wands shows someone who is not really ready to put down some roots. The Devil shows it could have little problems, but could also be a wild relationship in terms of pleasure. The intensity of the relationship could be very strong. Whenever the Devil comes up in terms of a new romance, it means there's going to be some fun and interesting activities. But the fourth card, I picked the fourth card, and that's the Eight of Pentacles, showing somebody working hard, cranking things up, making things up. You're right. He's going to be driven to going back to work, to getting back to work. And I just don't know if I can say if this is going to last as long as you hope it is. Is he like from another town, from another state?
Yeah, he lives in we told me he's from California, but he's supposed to be stationed here for 3 years, and I was hoping that would change. But I kind of feel like it's going to be like a relationship that needs like new work, and it's going to take like a while if we're going to get stable.
Well, yeah, the problem with military stationing with the Eight of Pentacles, with the Eight of Wands, is that he may have to go someplace. He may actually literally have to go someplace on duty. I don't know if that branch that he's in, if that is applicable to him or not. But I hope he can stay. I hope he can stay, and I hope you can have a great time with it. But I'm just thinking, try to play it short. Well, you don't want to play it short term, but don't sink all of your hopes into this guy because it just looks like it's changeable. The whole situation is changeable. And sometimes, as I say, the devil is in the details. So we're down to 1 minute. I've got to go. Thank you so much for your call.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And with that, I invite you to join me again on Thursday night. I'm here at 9 o'clock Thursday evenings. That's Mountain Time. So you can extract from that what time it's going to be where you are. Also, I'll be back here again Friday morning at the same time as today. And with that, I wish you all the best and have a great day. So if I kiss you in the garden, in the moonlight, would you pardon me? Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.